Hello everyone, I'm Albert Bevia with Spain on a Fork. In today's episode, we're going to be making a penne pasta with a homemade Spanish-style pesto sauce. This is the perfect midweek dinner recipe. It's easy to make, it's healthy, it's done in under 30 minutes, and it has an extraordinary flavor. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a large stock pot and we're going to fill it halfway with water. We'll add a generous pinch of sea salt and about half a tablespoon of extra virgin Spanish olive oil and turn on our fire to a high heat. Okay, next let's grab a small frying pan, turn our fire to a medium heat. We'll add a generous tablespoon of raw pine nuts and a tablespoon of blanched almonds. And we want to toast these for just about 2 to 3 minutes. We don't want to overdo it to give it too much of a nutty flavor. The less we cook it, more of a creamier flavor it's going to give. And after lightly toasting our pine nuts and almonds for about 2 to 3 minutes, let's go ahead and get started in our pesto sauce. I'm going to be using spinach instead of basil. So I have about 2 cups of bagged spinach here. Let's go ahead and cut it. You don't have to finely dice it or anything. Let's add our spinach to a mortar. Now let's finely mince a small garlic. Let's add our minced garlic to the mortar, our toasted pine nuts and almonds, and let's smash all these ingredients together with a pestle. So we've been mashing it for about a minute or so. At this point, let's go ahead and grab 2 fresh basil leaves, cut them in pieces, throw it in there. This is going to give it a little bit of a sweet flavor. Now mashing it like this with a mortar or pestle usually takes about 4 to 5 minutes. I like to do it this way because this is how it used to be done in the countrysides of Italy. You can also use a food processor, it makes it a lot quicker, but I'm old school and I like to do it this way. And after pounding it for about 4 minutes, you can see where we have the perfect consistency at this point. Let's go ahead and season it with some sea salt and some freshly ground black pepper. So the typical cheese that's used in an Italian pesto is Parmigiano Reggiano. I'm going to be using queso manchego. This is an authentic Spanish cheese. I'm using a very aged one, so it has a nice nutty flavor to it and it has a hard texture to it. Now let's grate some of this aged manchego cheese into the mixture. You can put as much cheese as you'd like. I like to go about 1/8 cup. And now let's mix it all together. Now for the last part of making our pesto, we're going to be adding some extra virgin Spanish olive oil. And the secret here is to pour in our extra virgin olive oil very slowly. And once we reach this creamy texture right here, we're done with our pesto sauce. And let's cover it with some saran wrap. And we'll let it sit while we cook our pasta. Okay, now we have our pesto sauce done and our water is boiling, so let's go ahead and add the pasta. How much pasta? I like to use 1 cup per serving. Now you want to stir it occasionally. So it's been about 9 minutes since I added the pasta to the pan. I'm using whole wheat macaroni, so 9 minutes, it's perfectly cooked at al dente. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the fire and drain the water. Make sure you drain the water well from here. And then once you do, let's go ahead and add our macaronis to a medium-sized bowl. I've got some sweet cherry tomatoes I'm going to cut in half. And let's add the cherry tomatoes to the bowl with the pasta. We'll season our pasta and tomatoes with just a little bit of sea salt and some freshly cracked pepper. Now let's grab our pesto sauce that we made earlier and let's add it to the bowl. And let's mix it all together. And once you have everything mixed, let's go ahead and add this to a plate. And we'll garnish it with a fresh basil leaf. And there's our finished plate of a penne pasta with a homemade Spanish-style pesto sauce. If you enjoyed today's video on making this healthy and tasty pasta dish, please subscribe to my channel so you can receive all my future videos. Until the next time, hasta luego.